Hello everyone. We are started the chapter 3 current electricity. So this we are started chapter 3 current electricity. And here you see in first class we are discussed about drift velocity, relaxation time, and then after relation between drift velocity and relaxation time, and then after relationship between electric current and drift velocity means what? This we are already discussed. Suppose this is the Vd, this is the drift velocity, and this is equal to minus E vector E tau by m. This is the relationship between relaxation time and drift velocity. R in magnitude. In magnitude, this is the simply Vd. This is equal to E tau by m. Right? This we are derived. And then after relationship between electric current and drift means I. This is equal to NEA Vd. This is the relationship between electric current and drift velocity. This we are also discussing first class. Right? Now here you have to see. Today we are going to discuss, this is our topic, means electron mobility. Electron mobility means what? Electron is what in mobile state. So in previous class we have discussed about when we are applying external electric field, then the electrons are drifted against applied electric field means what? The electrons are gaining average velocity, and that average velocity is known as what? Drift velocity. This is we are discussing. This is the definition of the drift velocity. So for discussion of this electron mobility, suppose here this is one conductor is there, and when you are applying the potential difference across the end of conductor, then electrons are drifted from negative to positive, means they are gaining the average velocity, and that average velocity gained by the electron on applying external electric field, this is known as what? Drift velocity. So here you have to see electron mobility. Electrons, here you have to see the electrons are moving in a particular direction when we are applying the electric field, external electric field, right? So here you have to see for the electron mobility means on applying unit strength of electric field, the average velocity gained by the electrons, this is known as what? Electron mobility. Means on applying unit strength of electric field, the average velocity, or average velocity means that is drift velocity, means the average velocity acquired by electrons, the average velocity acquired by electrons is known as electron what? Electron mobility, right? It is represented by mu. And here you have to see what we are written. This is the average velocity acquired by the electron. So this is average velocity acquired by electrons on applying external electric field. This is also known as what? Drift velocity. So this electron mobility mu, this is equal to Vd by E, right? So this is the formula for calculation of the electron mobility. Or E, here you have to see this Vd, we know that this is, so if you want to establish the relationship between this electron mobility and relaxation sign, so here you have to see this mu. In place of Vd we can put this E tau by m, and then after this is what? Electric field. So this is the cancel out. So what we are getting there? E tau by m. This is another formula, mu equal to E tau by m, right? This is the electron mobility, and here this is what relaxation time. Now also you have to, if you are going to use this formula, so again we will get here you have to see since Vt, this is equal to what, I upon NEA, right? So from, suppose this is the one, here if you are putting Vt equal to this, then what we are getting, that mu from 1. So Vd, this is the I upon this is the NEA. In place of Vd we are putting, and then after this is the A. Or we can write this is I division, and then after this, so we can write this is the I upon NEA, and then after this is the E, and here this is the mu. So I, what we can write, this is the NEAE, and then after mu. So this is the relationship between electric current and electric current and electron mobility, right? If you want to write here SI unit of this electron mobility, so this you have to see SI unit for the electron mobility means SI unit of electron mobility. So for writing the SI, this is the meter per second, and then after this is the electric field, and electric field we know that this is the volt, and then after, because E equal to what we know, V by L, so volt, and then this is the meter. Or we can solve, and this we can write meter per second, and then this is the reverses, here meter, and then after this is what, volt. So this is the meter square and volt inverse, volt inverse, and second inverse. This is the SI unit of this electron. The discussion of the electron mobility. Now we are going to discuss next topic that is related to the current density. Current density. Here you have to see, we know about what is the current, means the flow of charges per unit time through any conductor. This is known as what, electric current or simply current. So here you have to see, now we are going to discuss about this current density, and for defining the current density, suppose here this is one conductor is there, this is what, one conductor is there, and cross sectional area of this conductor, suppose this is A, and in this conductor suppose uniform electric current, this is flowing, this is what, uniform current is flowing, means the each and every point the value of current, this is what is same. And second condition is there, suppose this is area is there, and the direction of flow of current, means this is the direction of flow of current, and this area what, they are perpendicular to each other, means area, this cross sectional area is perpendicular to this current or flow of charges, right? Then on the basis of this one key, means suppose this is the conductor and a cross sectional area this is, and in that uniform current is flowing, means each and every point the value of current this is the same inside that conductor, and condition is that the area perpendicular to this flow, the current per unit area at any point inside the conductor, is known as current density. This is, means what, here again you have to see, for discussion of the current density, this we are considered, this is one conductor is there, and in that uniform current is flowing, and second condition is there कि this area, this is the perpendicular to the current, then the current per unit area at any point inside the this conductor is known as what? Current density, and it is represented by J, and J equal to simply this is the I by A, right? This is the condition is there when the current and area both are perpendicular to each other. Second condition is there कि suppose this area is not perpendicular to that, means suppose here this is the cross sectional area, this we are going to consider, and this is the direction of the flow of current, and here suppose this is the area vector, suppose this is the area vector vector A, and it is making some angle with the direction of the electric current. In that case, here you have to see, you have to find out the component of this area vector along the direction of this current. So so this is what? This is the horizontal component A cos theta, and then this is the vertical component A sin theta. So only A cos theta we will take because it is what in the direction of this current. So in that case, current density I, current density J, this is equal to I, and then after this is what? A cos theta. Or we can write I, this is the JA cos theta, or we can write I, this is the vector J dot vector. Now here you have to see what we are written. This is the vector and then this is also vector, means current, this is the scalar product of the two vector, and this is also proving that the electric current, this is what is scalar quantity. And note here you have to see, note number 1, current density, this is what vector quantity, first one. Current density, this is what vector quantity, this is the first one. Current density, this is the vector quantity. And here you have to see for defining the current density, we are taking any point. It means that this is what? This is the microscopic quantity. Second one, this is the microscopic what? Quantity, physical quantity, or you can say that, because for defining what we are taken any point that is what inside the conductor, right? So this is what vector quantity, and then after this is what microscopic. If you want to write the SI unit, so SI unit of SI unit, this is the ampere, and then after this is the area meter square, means this is the ampere meter power minus 2. Ampere per meter square, this is known as what? SI unit of the current density. Topic that is related to the Ohm's law. Ohm's law you are already studied in lower classes, and according to Ohm's law, if you are keeping the physical conditions of any conductor like temperature, pressure, etc. constant, then current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference applied across the end of conductor, right? So this is the simple meaning of Ohm's law. Ohm's law means what? Ki according to this law, according to this law, at constant physical conditions, such as temperature, etc., temperature, pressure, such as temperature, etc., the current flowing through a conductor I is directly proportional to the potential difference across the end of conductor. Or we can say that V directly proportional to I, or we can say that V this is equal to IR, where R, this is the proportionality constant, and that is known as what? This is the resistance of a conductor. This is the resistance of a conductor. Now here you have to see what we are written. Ohm's law, this is the statement of the Ohm's law. According to this law, at constant physical conditions such as temperature, etc., the electric current flowing through any conductor is directly proportional to our potential difference. Means if you are increasing the potential difference across the end of the conductor, with respect to that, the current this is flowing through that conductor, this is also what increases on increasing the potential difference, right? So we can write V directly proportional to I, or V equal to what? IR, where R, this is what? Resistance of a conductor, right? So here you have to see that when you are studying this Ohm's law, one new physical quantity, that one proportionality constant that we are getting, and this is the new physical quantity, means resistance of a conductor. So before discussion of this resistance of a conductor, we are going to deduce the Ohm's law. After this one you have to see deduction of Ohm's law. Deduction of Ohm's law. For deduction of or derivation of the Ohm's law, here you have to see, suppose this is the one conductor, and suppose this conductor is connected to any source, means suppose this is the battery. Then length of this conductor we are going to assume L, and cross sectional area, suppose this is the A, and the electric field, this is the directed from positive to negative. Electrons are drifted from negative to positive, suppose this is the VD, this is the drift velocity is acquired by the electrons. Now here you have to see, suppose potential difference across the end of conductor, what we are saying that this is the V. So for deduction of the Ohm's law, here you have to see, we know the relationship between electric field and electric potential. E, this is equal to V by L. Suppose this is the first one. In chapter 2 we have studied this thing. E, this is equal to V by L. And in previous class we have discussed about the relationship between electric current and drift velocity, means I. This is equal to NEA VD. Suppose here this is the second thing. Now for third one, this also we have studied. VD, this is equal to E tau by M. This is the relationship between drift velocity and relaxation time in magnitude. Now after this one you have to see. So if we are seeing this and this, so from 2 and 3, in place of VD we can put these things. So from 2 and 3. From 2 and 3. So what we will get? I, this is equal to NEA, and in place of VD you have to write this is, means EE tau by M. Right? Suppose this is the 4. Now here you have to see, this is the electric field, and electric field what we are written V by L. So from 4 and 1 are 1 and 4. From 1 and 4. What we will get? I, this is equal to NE. Here E into E, this is what? E square, right? And then after this is the A, and here and E square A, and then E in place of E you write V, and V upon L, here M, and then after this is the tau, right? Or you can write here V potential difference we are going to set here. So I upon V, this is equal to N E square A tau by ML. Or we can write V upon I, this is equal to ML and E square A tau. So here you have to see what we are written. According to this law, at constant physical conditions such as temperature, pressure, etc. So at constant temperature, So here you have to see mass of electron, this is the constant. Length of conductor, this is also constant. Number of free electrons at constant temperature for any conductor, this is also constant. This is the charge of electron is constant. Cross sectional area, it is not increasing, decreasing, because we are keeping the constant. And here you have to see this is the relaxation time. Relaxation time, this is also constant when you are not increasing or decreasing the temperature, because relaxation time means the collision between electrons, it is also depends upon the temperature. If we are keeping the temperature constant, means all the things, this is the constant. So what we are getting that here you have to see. So here you have to see what we are getting, that means V upon I. This is what? Constant. And that constant we are saying that R. So R equal to what? This is the ml upon n E square A tau. Right? So this is the simple deduction of the Ohm's law. Now after this one you have to see. Deduction of the Ohm's law. We are going to discuss about now what is the meaning of the resistance of a conductor. So resistance, this is what simply it is the hindrance, and means, or we can say that this is the property of any conductor, and by which it is opposes the flow of electric current. Means what? We are seeing that when we are applying the potential difference in the conductor, then what we are finding that the electrons they are drifting from negative terminal to positive, or they are drifting from lower potential to higher potential, and they are having what different velocities, right? And due to this reason they are colliding with the electrons, or they are colliding with the positive metal ions, and here these collisions, it is what hindrance to flow of the charges, and this is are simply known as what? Resistance. Means simple what? Resistance, it is the property of any conductor, and by which it is opposes the flow of electric current, right? So resistance, this is what? It is property of any conductor. It is property of any conductor. It is property of any conductor by which it opposes the flow of electric current. The flow of electric current. Right? So this is the physical meaning of resistance of a conductor. Means it is the property of any conductor by which it opposes the flow of electric current. Or by Ohm's law, you have to see that V this is equal to IR, or we can say that R this is equal to what? V by I. Means with the help of Ohm's law, we can also define, means the ratio of potential difference across the end of conductor to the electric current flowing in that conductor is known as what? Resistance of a conductor. Means the ratio of potential difference across ends of conductor to the electric current. Is known as what? Resistance of a conductor. Here you know what is the SI unit of this resistance of a conductor. Means for SI unit, this is, you have to see potential difference are simply potential, this is the volt, and here this is what current means ampere, volt per ampere, or this is known as what ohm, and symbol this is what omega symbol is. So SI unit of the resistance this is what ohm, and symbol this is what omega. Now after this one we are going to discuss about what is the meaning of 1 ohm of resistance of a conductor. So for defining 1 ohm, here you have to see for defining 1 ohm of the resistance of a conductor. How you can define 1 ohm? Define 1 ohm. Define what? 1 ohm. So how we can define 1 ohm? By Ohm's law we know that this is the R, this is equal to V by I. Means what? Ki R this is the 1 ohm, if potential difference this is the 1 volt, and then after current this is what 1 ampere. Means what? Ki on applying 1 volt potential difference across the end of conductor. Means what? Ki suppose this is one conductor. This is what? One conductor. And across this ends we are applying across the both end of this conductor potential difference, suppose V this is equal to 1 volt. And on applying 1 volt of the potential difference, if current flowing through this conductor this is what? 1 ampere current, then resistance offered by this conductor this is what? 1 ohm. Means the resistance offered by conductor is said to be what? 1 ohm if on applying potential difference 1 volt across the end of conductor, current flowing through them is what? 1 ampere. Right? So if you want to define, means on applying one volt potential difference across ends of conductor, if current flows through it, is 1 ampere, then resistance offered by conductor is 1 ohm. So this is the definition of the 1 ohm. Means on applying 1 volt potential difference across ends of conductor, if current flows through it is 1 ampere, then resistance offered by conductor is 1 ohm. Right? Now after this one we are going to discuss about the factors on which the resistance of conductor depends. So this is the next topic. The factors on which the resistance of conductor depends. Right? So here you have to see first one ki this resistance of conductor R is directly proportional to L. Means what? Ki if you are increasing the length of the conductor, then the collision of electrons or collision between electrons and positive metal ion, this is also what increases. Due to this reason, the resistance of conductor is linearly increases when you are increasing the length of the conductor. This is the first one. It means the resistance of conductor, it is directly proportional to the length of conductor. Right? First one. Second one, resistance of conductor is inversely proportional to the, this is the second, means R is inversely proportional to the area, cross-sectional area of the conductor. Means what? Ki if you are increasing the cross-sectional area of the conductor, with respect to that the resistance this is decreases. The reason is that ki when you are increasing the cross-sectional area, then the collision between the metals ion, or the collision between electron to electron, this is what decreases. Therefore, when you are increasing the cross sectional area, with respect to that, the resistance of conductor, this is what decreases, right? And then third one, it depends upon the nature of material. This is what nature of material. This is the three factors are there on which the resistance of conductor depends. If we are going to combine 1 and 2, then what we are finding that on combining 1 and 2, so what we will get, R is directly proportional to L by A. If we are going to remove this proportionality constant, so what we will get, R, this is equal to rho L by A, where this rho, this is the constant, and this is known as the specific resistance of conductor. Specific resistance of conductor. Specific resistance, or this is also known as what? Resistivity. So here to see, after discussion of this one, we are getting another physical quantity. This is known as what? Resistivity, or specific resistance of a conductor, right? Now we are going to discuss about what is the meaning of the specific resistance, right? Or resistivity. So specific resistance or resistivity, we know that R, this is equal to rho L by A, or we can say that rho, this is equal to R A by L. Rho equal to R A by L. Suppose this is one conductor is there, and suppose cross sectional area A, this is what we are taking 1 unit square, and length L, this is 1 unit, right? So what we are getting that here rho, this is equal to R A, this is the what we are taking, that this is 1 unit square, and then after this is what? L, this is also what? 1. So rho, this is equal to what? R. Means the resistance offered by any conductor of unit cross sectional area and unit length is known as the specific resistance of that conductor. So the resistance offered by any conductor of unit square area and unit length, unit square area and unit length is known as resistivity, of conductor, Means what we are written, ki the resistance offered by any conductor of unit square area and unit length is known as resistivity of a conductor. So here you see specific resistance or resistance, it depends upon the physical condition like temperature, pressure, but it is not depends upon the shape and size of the particular conductor, right? And the resistance offered by per unit area and per unit square area and per unit length, this is to vary from different to different conductors, right? So here you have to see, if you want to write the SI unit of this resistivity, so for writing the SI unit, this is what our resistance, this is the ohm, and then after this is the area, means this is the meter square and this is the meter, so this is the cancel out. So ohm meter, this is the SI unit of the resistivity, right? Now after this one, we are going to discuss about specific resistance. Now we are going to discuss about what is the meaning of conductance. Conductance means G. Means conductance, it is represented by G, and simply this is the reciprocal of the resistance. Means conductance G, this is the reciprocal of resistance, right? This is the simple meaning. And SI unit of this conductance, so this is what? SI unit of the resistance, you know that this is the ohm. So the SI unit of this conductance, this is what? Ohm, 1 upon ohm, or this is the ohm inverse. Or ohm inverse, this is known as what? Mho. Or this is simply known as what? Siemens. So we can say that this is the ohm inverse or mho or Siemens. This is the SI unit of the conductance, right? Now after this one, after the conductance, we are going to define conductivity. This is the conductivity. So conductivity, it is represented by sigma, and this is the reciprocal of resistivity, means 1 by rho. Means the reciprocal of the resistivity, this is known as what? Conductivity. And SI unit, if you are going to write, so you know that this is the SI unit of the resistivity. This is the ohm meter. So this is equal to ohm and meter, and then after this is the whole inverse. So we can write this is equal to ohm inverse, and then after, or in place of ohm inverse, we can write this is the Siemens. So this is the Siemens, and then after this is the meter inverse. So Siemens meter inverse or ohm inverse meter inverse, this is known as what? SI unit of the conductivity, right? Now after this one, we are going to discuss about vector form of Ohm's law. Now after this one, we are going to discuss about vector form of Ohm's law, right? Suppose here this is one conductor is there, and length of this conductor, we are saying that this is the L. Cross sectional area, suppose this is the A, and we are applying, suppose this is connected with the battery, and potential difference across the ends of this conductor, suppose we are saying that this is the B. Then electric field is generated. This is what in the direction to opposite of the electron flow. In this direction electrons are flowing. So we know the relationship between electric field and electric potential, what E equal to V by L, this we know that. And suppose this is the first one, Ohm's law already we have studied that V equal to I R, this we have studied. So here in place of V, we can write E into L from 1. So here you write E L and I, and in place of R, you know R, this is equal to what? R, this is the rho L by L. This is there. So in place of this one, E L, and here means here this is what? Cross, and then in place of R we can write what? Rho L by E. So this is the cancel out. So what we are getting, that E, this is the I, rho, and then after this is what? A, this we are getting that. And this I upon A, since I upon A this is the current density, since I upon A this is the J, so we can write E, this is equal to rho, and then after this is the J, right? So here you have to see in vector form, what we can, because electric field this is also vector quantity, and you know this current density this is also vector quantity, so this we can write vector E, this is the rho, and then after this is the vector G. And here you have to see this is the resistivity, this is the reciprocal of what, conductivity, since sigma equal to 1 upon rho, or rho equal to 1 upon sigma, right? So in place of rho we can write 1 upon sigma. So vector E, this is equal to rho, means 1 upon J. This we can write vector J, this we can write sigma, and then after this is the vector E. So this is what vector form of Ohm's law.